Well, first of all, it's Amir's decision. Him and his family have to sit down and make sure they feel absolutely right about retirement. I sat next to him at the post-fight presser, and he looked like he was at the end, and we had a little word together, and I think it is the right time to go. It's not our decision, of course, it's his. But I think he's got nothing. I said to him, "You've got nothing left to prove. You've been amazing for 20 years. You've given us some thunderous battles. You've been a unified world champion. You've come back from the brink. I mean, in that very ring in Manchester, from going from Bradis Prescott's the knockout defeat to a year later winning a world title at a different weight. I mean, he's silver medal in Athens, and of course he's transcended boxing in many ways. I don't think he should carry on, and but that's something for him and his family. He's got 3 beautiful children, and I hope to catch up with him much more socially in London in the years to come, and maybe he can come and do some work with us. And he owes us absolutely nothing. His legacy, I think Amir's been one of the most exciting fighters that we've had. Since you and I have been around. Everyone talks about the likes of Prince Nassim Hamid and David Haye and Carl Froch and all of that. Floyd Mayweather, as you know, is my greatest fighter for my generation. Joe Calzaghe, I'm a massive advocate of as well, and there's many others. But I think, where would Amir rank? I think Amir, incredible hand speed combinations, at his best, just a blurring, sort of almost like a freak, the way I think he threw sort of 5 punches a second at his peak, just overawed fighters. And I thought that was incredible, but also the fact that he elected to stay in the pocket and trade. And although he went down 12 times and actually not on Saturday night, which was quite surprising with the amount of punishment he took. I never sort of saw him as particularly chinny. He was, everyone sort of almost like took the mickey out of his chin. Whereas I think, a lot of the shots he sort of stumbles with, and maybe, the temple shots, and of course he was poleaxed by Prescott and by Canelo, no surprise there really. But you look at the Danny Garcia fight, and he wanted to fight with him. So I think it's more that sometimes he made the wrong decision at the wrong time, and that his defenses were a bit too open. But that air of vulnerability, whether it was a weak chin or just a sort of a slightly open defense, was added to his excitement, didn't it? And I think Amir Khan, he'll certainly be remembered as a legend of British boxing. Maybe not global. He didn't win the big fights. He thought his best performance, certainly that we were involved in, was Devon Alexander. I think he was fantastic that night, almost punch perfect. I really enjoyed his fight with Marcus Maidana as well. He's got wins over Malignaggi and Zab Judah and Barrera. He's got some fantastic wins on his record. And there was a time where he looked pretty untouchable, and then he got beaten again, and I think the way he bounced back, actually, maybe his legacy will be the fact that he never gave up. He never listened to the critics. I remember people after the Bradis Prescott fight saying that's the end of Amir Khan. And look, he went on a long time. He did some great things in boxing. He's opened it up to a wider audience. He's used it as a platform to go and do other things in his life, and a lot of charitable stuff over in Pakistan, and the sort of celebrity stuff he's got involved in as well. And he's a very engaging guy. He's a very nice man, and I'll really miss him in the ring, because you just always knew that something was going to happen, some sort of thriller minute with Amir, whether it was good or bad for him. But I think that, on reflection of what happened on Saturday night and looking back at it, I'm sure he will call it a day, and he goes with our fondest memories and our thanks, and our love to him and his family. And